Good afternoon, guys, and happy Monday. For today's episode of Ain't No Motivation, we are going to be talking about the old you and why that person no longer matters. So always keep in mind that if you see me like glancing around or looking, I have my notes over here, so not trying to weird anyone out. My camera seems to be acting a little strange, but anywho, let's get on with it. So, the old you. There's this thing in marketing, it could be in more than marketing, but they call it imposter syndrome. And basically that's when you sort of have doubts about yourself and you think thoughts like, why should anyone listen to me, or what makes me an expert? And basically you don't really believe in yourself based on things from the past, based on where you are in your experience level and XYZ. And I think that's something that a lot of people who are either new to a career or maybe they've been in it for a year or two, anything you probably haven't done for at least like 5 or 10 years. And you definitely have some knowledge about, but maybe you feel like you're not an expert, or maybe you feel like, oh, what makes me okay to do these things? And I remember at one point when I was even that way about doing these videos, whenever I realized how important personal development is for me, and it made me feel like, who am I to be trying to motivate people, and why would people listen to me anyway? Especially the people who have known me the longest. And the reason I say that is because who I am today is very different than who I was a few years ago. Hell, to be honest with you, probably even a few months ago, maybe. But the bottom line is, you don't owe anyone an explanation. No one. Always keep in mind that the only person you're in competition with is your old self. So all you can really do is strive to do better every day. So even if maybe now, you decided that you want to also be into personal development, and maybe you want to be really kind and inspiring to people, and you're worried about what your friends from high school would say, because they would be like, oh, I remember her, and trust me, she's like, she's up there flexing, or she is not nowhere near the person you think she is. Like, you can't worry about those things, because what's your only option? To stay the way you were? So even if you have a ton of people who are following you and you know them for a really long time, and maybe they got to know the person who you no longer are, that doesn't matter. Like I said, it's up to you. You have to care about what you think of yourself. Above all, your opinion of you is what's going to matter the most. And people are going to talk regardless. You will never be able to please everyone, so stop trying. Just really worry about pleasing yourself. Overall, that's really what's going to matter in the long run. So again, you don't owe anyone an explanation. I don't care what you did in your past. The past is the past. You can't change it, so there's no need to stress over it. And the other thing is, you can change at any given point in time. If I decide that, I don't know, maybe right now I'm like this crazy psychotic person who gets like really, really angry, and I don't know. And then 10 minutes from now, I say, I don't want to be that person anymore. I've decided that I'm not going to choose anger. I'm going to choose kindness and love and XYZ. Guess what? I can do that. And I don't owe you an explanation. Now, obviously there are some situations that could be a little extreme. If I'm like, screaming at you, and then 10 seconds later I'm like, oh, then probably a little strange. But you get my point. You can decide that you want to change today, in the next 5 minutes, tomorrow, whenever it is. And you don't have to explain yourself to anyone. Who you were and what you did in the past is who you were and what you did in the past. Just try to do better with your actions going forward, and just try to believe in yourself that, if you keep the process going, and if you, keep your faith, and you just keep working towards your goal, that's really all that matters. Let the people, haters, naysayers, whatever you want to call them, let them say whatever they want, because at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. Probably not. And if they do, then it may be time to upgrade your circle of friends, and that's another video for another day. But today, the main point of this is, again, get rid of those negative and doubtful thoughts that are making you question yourself and how credible you are, and what makes me think I'm this, what makes me think I'm that, because you are the shit. I am the shit, and so are you, and I don't care what you did before, you can still be the shit. So always keep that in mind. Of course, if you have any questions for me, you can always comment below. If you like the video, feel free to like, comment, share, all of the above. I also post these on my Instagram channel @_Bianca Lynch, so you can also find me there. And always remember that I'm also open for feedback. So if anyone has a topic that they'd like me to talk about, or you want to, hop on and have a conversation, please feel free. Otherwise, you guys have a great rest of your week, and I will see you next Monday for episode number 13.